Welcome back to Straight Money Strategies. I'm Robert Bauman, and this course is based on my book, Straight Money Talk. Lesson 3, Time and Consistency. In Lessons 1 and 2, I introduced you to the concept of investing in yourself first, and I encouraged you to begin putting at least 10% of your income into a do not touch account. In this lesson, I will show you that if you invest regularly and leave that money untouched, your income will grow rapidly. I will show you how money invested consistently over time will grow into a sizable nest egg. You see, when it comes to saving for retirement, time and consistency are your two best friends. Without adequate time and a consistent program of investing, it's really hard to save enough for a comfortable retirement. But with the help of your friends' time and consistency, you can save a generous amount of money for retirement or for any worthwhile financial goal. Many people, when they first start an investment program, are concerned that they won't be able to put enough money aside for retirement. They can't imagine saving $1 million. It seems like such a large amount of money in relation to what they earn. But what you need to understand is that you don't have to actually contribute $1 million out of your earnings. You just have to learn to invest in yourself first and to make the commitment to invest every time you get paid. Without fail, time and consistency will do the rest. We've already talked in this course about the importance of investing in yourself first. When you invest in yourself first, you decide in advance on an amount that you want to put into savings each week or each month. You take that amount off the top of every paycheck and invest it in yourself and your future before you pay any other bills. You might have to start small at first, but even a small amount is better than nothing at all. Suppose all you can squeeze out of your budget is $100 a week. You may be thinking that you'll never be able to save for retirement by putting away only $100 a week. But the good news is that any amount, even $100 a week or less, can take you a very long way. Let me show you why that is. $100 a week is $5,200 a year. Let's say you're able to invest that $5,200 at 5% interest. You will earn $260 in interest the first year. Your $5,200 contribution plus the interest you earn will give you a total investment of $5,460. Even if you make no contribution in years 2, 3, 4, and 5, your investment would continue to earn interest. By the end of year 5, you would have earned more than $1,400 in interest, and your initial investment of $5,200 would be worth $6,636.66. Remember, in this example, we assume that you invested for 1 year and then stopped. But suppose you kept adding $100 a week for 5 years. How much would you have at the end of the 5th year? If you kept adding $100 a week for 5 years, at the end of the 5th year, your total investment would be $30,169.95. You would have put in $26,000 of your own money, and you would have earned a total of $4,169.95 in interest. This example demonstrates the concept of compound interest. With compound interest, your interest earns interest, making your investment grow faster. This is also an example of how time and consistency can help you. In this case, the time was relatively short, 5 years. But even after 5 years, your investment increased in value. This example also shows how consistency can help you. If you invest a small amount one time, compound interest will cause it to grow. But if you invest consistently, by continually adding to your investment, the growth will be tremendous. As we just saw, if you invested $100 a week for only 1 year at 5% interest, at the end of 5 years, you would have $6,636. But if you continued investing $100 every week for 5 years, your total investment would be over $30,000. It's the compound interest that makes your investment grow. The higher your interest rate, the faster the growth will be. The numbers you see here show what I mean. Compare what happens if you invest $5,200 and let it sit for 5 years at 5% interest with what happens when you invest that same $5,200 at 10% interest. At 5%, your investment will earn $1,436.66 in interest. But at 10% interest, your investment will earn $3,175.65. That's more than twice as much. In other words, when you double the interest rate, the amount your money earns more than doubles. In this example, you invested $100 a week for only 1 year. But what happens if you invest $100 a week for 5 years? At 5%, your investment will be worth more than $30,000 after 5 years. But at 10%, your investment will earn more than twice as much interest, for a grand total of nearly $35,000. As this example shows, the key to successful investing is consistency, investing regularly each week or each month, and earning a high rate of return. In our examples so far, we've seen what would happen if you could double your interest rate, but you don't have to double it. The figures shown here demonstrate what happens if you increase the interest rate by only 1 percentage point. As you can see, that one little percentage point makes a huge difference in the yield. At the end of 10 years, that 1 percentage point creates a difference of about $785 in how much interest you earn. But over the course of a lifetime, that difference really becomes significant. After 50 years, for example, that one extra percentage point generates $35,000 additional interest. This chart also shows what happens when you give your investment plenty of time to grow. As you can see, $100 invested each week over time can earn a significant amount of interest. Keep in mind that these figures only show the yield, that is, the interest you'll earn, but you've also been making a contribution of $100 each week, $5,200 each year. Let's add the interest and the contribution together to see what your total investment will be. At 5% per year for 50 years, your total investment will be more than $1.1 million. And at 6% interest, your total investment after 50 years will more than $1.5 million. It's amazing to see how just $100 per week can create such a sizable nest egg. Hopefully, you can also see that in order to make it happen, you have to start early. People who begin investing early in their working lives have the best possible chance of creating a comfortable retirement for themselves. Delaying even a few years can make a huge difference. Again, let's look at the numbers. Suppose you're 25 years old and you want to retire with at least $200,000 in cash at age 65. $40 a month invested at 10% interest compounded annually is all it would take. By age 65, you would have over $200,000. But suppose you waited until age 35 to start putting money away for that goal. Starting at age 35 and setting aside $40 a month will only give you about $83,000 at age 65. By waiting 10 years, you would forfeit more than $140,000. In order to make up that difference, you would have to invest more than $40 a month, or you would have to get a higher rate of return than 10%. In fact, each year you wait makes it harder to save the money you want to have in retirement. The clear message is this: you need to start now. Time will only be your friend if you start early. Here's something else to notice. Because of the way compound interest works, a small change in time makes a big difference. Let's use our previous example. If you start investing at age 25 and you put aside $40 per month at 10% interest, you'll have $223,784 by the time you're 65. But if you wait until age 26 to begin your investment program, just 1 year later, and you contribute the same amount at the same interest rate, you will have only $202,981 at age 65. That 1 year of procrastination will cost you more than $20,000. When it comes to investing, every single day matters. So don't put this off. Get your saving and investment program started right away. The earlier you start, the easier it will be to meet your financial goals. So let's review what we've covered in this lesson. Compounding allows you to earn interest on your interest. As a result, compounding helps your investment grow faster. If you want to have $1 million by the time you retire, you don't have to actually contribute $1 million. You only have to invest wisely and let compounding work to your advantage. Compounding works best if you are getting a good rate of return. So always look for the highest interest rate you can get without risking the loss of your investment. Remember, even a small increase in interest rate can lead to a big increase in your yield. Finally, it's best if you start as early as possible. If you're currently in your 20 seconds or 30 seconds, you can invest a small amount each month and still have a generous amount of money to live on in retirement. If you're older, it's not too late to start. In fact, it's never too late to start, but be aware that the longer you delay, the more difficult it will be to secure your financial future. Give yourself plenty of time and commit to investing a set amount each week or each month. put time and consistency to work for you and watch your investments grow. This brings us to the end of Lesson 3. Once again, it's time for you to take action. Click the tab marked Resources above and download the Lesson 3 worksheet. Also, make sure you have the budget and savings planner you downloaded in Lesson 2. Answer the Lesson 3 study questions, then complete attachments 3, 4, and 5 in the budget and savings planner. When you finish doing this, you will have a detailed picture of your financial position that will make it easy for you to change how you spend and invest. Take your time with this assignment and use what you learn about your finances to begin to make changes. When you've done that, you will be ready to continue to Lesson 4. In Lesson 4, I'll talk about why you should have an emergency fund and how to go about setting one up. See you in Lesson 4.